So safety for a new compound is that people have to be patient focused, and all of the partners involved in this have to be patient focused. And in the past, I think pharmaceutical companies have tried to develop single agents for single diseases, and they have not been really granular at the ideas at developing this safety.
I think one of the biggest challenges is that we're getting compounds now that are very targeted therapies. And one of the consequences of targeted therapies is that they often have maybe less toxicity, but they actually have more exaggerated pharmacology. So some of the problems with the drugs come with trying to predict that the drug's almost working too well. So that's just kind of a challenge in early clinical testing, particularly with the large monoclonal antibody drugs.
Many aspects. Clearly, we've heard this afternoon about thorough QT studies and cardiovascular safety. Again, it's the translation from preclinical studies to the clinical studies.
Well, again, looking at the pro-arrhythmic risk, I think we're not very likely to remove that difficulty we have. We are working with a biomarker, the so-called QT interval, and we believe that that predicts the risk for severe pro-arrhythmias for the patients eventually. And that we know is an imperfect biomarker. Hopefully, and looking in the crystal ball, it may be that we will, within 5 years or so, be able to also complement this biomarker strategy by using more intelligent non-clinical assays that would look at the whole picture, not only one ion channel but many ion channels.
And the other challenge is finding the expertise to help you through some of these more complex study designs with a knowledge of the mechanism of action and how really to design those studies so that you get the most out of them in the early stage to guide future drug development.
Safety has to be focused on the different subtypes of diseases, and maybe you need different markers of safety for different subtype of diseases. And all the people that are involved in this, both pharmaceutical companies, researchers, clinicians, and academics, need to focus on how to develop these different safety markers for the different subtypes of disease.